Good morning. This is my second time trying to film this introduction, so I'm just going to try and get right in it and get to all the points. My name is Omi. If you are new here, which you all are because this is basically my first video, this channel is going to be dedicated to a lot of things. First and foremost, I think it's going to be documenting my journey to get into competitive powerlifting. Have I done that before? No. Am I new to the gym? No. But I do still have a lot of room for improvement. So I appreciate everybody who on Instagram, if you've been following along, who's been giving me pointers and tips. Feel free to do so as well, respectfully, please. And it's also going to document to a lesser extent my weight loss journey. I am a type 2 diabetic. I do want to lose a bit of weight just so that I can live a long time, a nice, long, happy life, especially for my kid. I am currently on Manjaro to control my type 2 diabetes. It is helping a bit with the weight loss. I started Manjaro maybe a month and a half ago, on top of going to the gym about 6 days a week. I've lost about 12 pounds since then. I lost 12 pounds, but really within the first 2 weeks, and I've kind of stagnated a bit, but I haven't gained anything back, which is great, and I've definitely recomped. I've gone through and done measurements, and things are, sitting differently, which is really great. But yeah, it's going to mainly be about those two things on this channel, and then maybe some nerd things. I'm also a PhD student in education, multicultural education. I'll probably be talking about that to some extent, and then just kind of like vlogging about life. But this video is basically going to be documenting my journey getting back into the gym. I joined a gym, Fight or Quit gym. It's mainly consistent of power lifters. It is owned by Michael Moreno, who's a really cool dude. And then he actually co-owns it with another person, a lady I've met once, but I don't remember her name right now. I'm going to go ahead and stick it in the video later on. I remember, no disrespect to you, I just have not met you as much as I've met Micah, so it's a little bit harder for me to remember. And I started going because my friend Coco goes there. She's a competitive power lifter, and she's a really dope person, and she said, come through, try it out. Everybody's really dope, everybody's really nice, and if you have any questions, people are happy to answer them, and it has been a really good experience. It's like a clubhouse, actually. I go in the morning, so it's usually either just me or me and one other person, because I don't have as much time to spend in the gym. I am a stay-at-home parent full-time as well to a 7-month-old kid who was born very early, so that's taken up a lot of time on top of being a student, so I don't have a lot of time, but I go in the morning. So hi y'all, editing on me here. If some of the footage looks different, it's because sometimes I'm using my phone if I don't feel like grabbing out my camera. This is one of those moments, especially because I just don't feel like having to upload and download and do all this extra stuff. I'm enjoying my post gym protein shake right now, but a couple of editing notes. One, this editing stuff a lot harder than it looks, so apologies for how unpolished some of it is. Two, I did want to say the second owner of the gym is Steph Powell. So shout out to Steph Powell, strong natty. Not that there's anything wrong with not being natty in my opinion, but she's lifting heavy stuff all on her own accord, which is pretty dope. And then also I wanted to say that some of the footage that I put in, well, all the footage that I put in, I tried to put it in like sequential order of like days, like from most when I first started to most recent. So you might see my form improving a little bit over the course of the video. So I just want y'all to know that, especially because I do end the video showing a PR that I did in a deadlift. I worked up to that, and when I was doing that, I worked up to it over the course of about an hour. I'm just getting progressively heavier, and I actually feel like I could have lifted more, probably about 10 pounds more. The only reason I stopped was because I needed to come home and be a parent. But yeah, I wanted to add that note in there. So a lot of this is going to be, well, actually not a lot of it, quite a bit of it's going to be me kind of chatting, and then there's going to be some footage of me doing, stretches and doing some workouts, but mostly just like the big three. I've actually switched up my exercise routine. I've switched from strength training predominantly to doing
just weight training in general. And I'm going to be switching up my programming again. I'm going to be doing about 3 days worth of strength training and 3 days worth of just general weight training. So anything over 3 reps will be basically the weight training, and anything in that maybe 3 to 5 rep range will be basically your strength training, because you're lifting a lot heavier, which is not necessarily optimal for weight loss. So yeah, you'll probably be seeing that difference in future videos. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for sticking around. It's my first time back to the gym since I think like Tuesday. So I guess I just missed Wednesday. It might have been Monday. I can't really remember. I'm trying to go at least 4 or 5 times out of the week. I've been doing a poor job of recording these workouts, mainly because I think I'm just really self-conscious. I'm really just kind of getting in my own way.
When I first was interested in the gym, I have a friend who goes here. Her name is Coco. She's a powerlifting competitor, really kick-ass athlete, just really dope person overall. She was like, you should try this gym out. It's really great if you're interested in it. Everybody's really friendly. You can ask, people for advice if you need it. Like, I'm here for you as well. And she's right. Like, everybody's been really, really great, to be honest with you. And half the time when I want to record, other people are recording. Like, there's literally like the little phone pods all around the gym. People bust up their cameras and stuff, but I still feel really self-conscious about it. And I think it's because, like, I look at these people with their like amazing form, and I think, do I look foolish? I don't know. And I just have no reason to really feel like that, because I've never gotten a judgmental glare. And if I've ever had a question, people have answered it. Like, people are really nice and dope. So I just feel like I'm really getting in my own way by caring about what other people are thinking. But at the same time, they ain't nobody. But even if they were, they're all seemingly very nice. Like, I don't know. I tend to be an introvert. Like, I don't go to places really to like talk and socialize, but it is very interesting because this is a powerlifting gym and everybody basically is a power lifter. Like, people literally stop to cheer each other on, and there's folks with like, I don't know, like groupies, but like posses. Like, I've definitely noticed like dudes working out and they're like being 2 and 3 dudes just kind of standing there talking and watching. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? Not necessarily giving feedback, but just like kind of like hyping up. So it's fascinating. I can see why people spend all day at the damn gym, because it's a social club. And I'm not saying I necessarily am like craving a super social experience, but there are times where I do want to maybe like chat a little bit or ask a question or be friendly, but I get really nervous about it. And I think the other problem is that, being neuroexpansive, sometimes I'm not really great with like social cues, and I can't tell if I'm like overdoing it, over talking, or undersharing. I don't know. It's just a lot going on and going into this. But I say that to say that's my struggle right now. I'm really enjoying the gym though. I'm kind of mixing up my plan a little bit. I kind of started with a program, and I fell off the program, as I do, that was helping me train kind of like the big three, which would be the overhead press, the deadlift, and the bench press. But I also kind of started Manjaro like right around that same time. For those of you who don't know, it's a GLP-1. It's a diabetic medication. I am a type 2 diabetic. And I think that like the rapid kind of weight loss with the onboarding has impacted my strength just a little bit. And I also recognize that, from years of like not exercising the way I should have, and then I quit smoking when my daughter was born about 6 months ago, has definitely impacted my stamina. So in some ways I feel like when I was coming and I was doing the program, like I wasn't really challenging myself that much, but I was afraid to push it because I was afraid of hurting myself. But I definitely need to do more like core training just to make sure I am getting a good workout and like aiding with the health progression. I didn't necessarily get on Manjaro just to like lose weight. My A1C was quite out of control and that was doing a lot better, but I also would like to lose a bit of weight, depending. So I switched it up. I'm doing some days where I'm working on like the big three, and some days where I'm doing more general core training, and then working like upper or lower body. I'm not sure that I want to continue with the bro split. I was watching some videos on YouTube, as I do, my main source of entertainment, and they were discussing, I think it was Jeff Nippert, I don't know how to say his name, and Dr. Mike Israel were talking about how like the bro split is not necessarily like the best way to go about exercising, or not the most efficient way to do so. And I tend to be very efficient when I come to the gym, mainly because I'm programming myself and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I don't know. I kind of want to read some of the research. They're pretty trusted within the fitness community, especially Dr. Mike Israel, because I mean, doctor's in the name. Not saying that everybody who's a doctor is super trusted, but I mean, I trust him. So I do want to read more about that. But yeah, I've been doing more general like exercises and then throwing in some of the other stuff just to work on my form. And I posted a little bit to my Instagram as well, and a friend already commented about my deadlift to help me make it better. And watching back the videos has been massively helpful, especially for the bench press. I feel like out of all of the big three, the one that I was struggling with the most, I think, was the bench press. Mainly, I don't know why this keeps drifting, mainly because I just don't have a lot of experience with the bench press. I think the social thing, I've always been really scared to ask for help with the bench press. And then I think growing up, we were always conditioned to never do something like that alone. But there are now safeguards on the bench press, you know, in case you get in trouble. But also, I'm mainly just been doing the bar plus a couple of extra weights. But also, powerlifting bench pressing is very different from the bench pressing that we grew up doing with the flat back, right? It's that arch back. And as somebody who has a heavy body, when I first started doing all of this, I weighed 284, and after 2 weeks on Manjaro and exercise, I'll say I'm down to 272 or 271, mainly because I just haven't had much of an appetite, but also because I've been trying to like do the workout. I'm drifting again, I'm sorry, y'all. I will get used to this. But yeah, I have a lot of weight in my center. That's where most of my weight is. I was not one of those, I'm not one of those thick people who got blessed with the big boobs and a big ass. If I did, I probably wouldn't care as much about where this weight was centralized. But it's centralized in my gut, which makes it hard to kind of really commit to that arc. But watching back, I was able to kind of correct what I was doing, especially like next to some very informative YouTube videos that I saw kind of instructing me, or just the viewer in general, on how to do that bench press, because I kind of was arching my back, but I wasn't really committed to the form because I didn't really understand the purpose of the arch of the back. But then I had watched a video that was basically saying you kind of arch your back, you draw your shoulders in, and then you use your feet to push down to kind of like thrust up, to like push it up. And once I got that form, once I kind of like understood that and it clicked, I was able to correct the form and really commit to it. But yeah, the bench press has definitely been the one that I think I improved the most on. The overhead press is the one that I'm not improving on too much. I have not been able to add any weight to that bar. I don't know why. I seem to be very weak when it comes to that overhead push. I'm also not entirely sure where I'm supposed to pick the bar up, I guess. I'm like picking it up off of a high rack as opposed to like picking it up from the ground, because I'm like, I'm pressing over my head. I don't know if I would. I don't know. No one's correcting me, but also people tend to mind their business. So I don't know. I'll ask somebody at some point. But yeah, a lot of rambling. Sorry about that. But I will definitely be committing to recording more, the more that I come. And I'm looking forward to coming more. So yeah, thanks.
Appreciate your sound. 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 Appreciate your sound, needed renovation. Appreciate your sound, needed renovation.
And with that, that's the video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you come back. And I'll try and get these out kind of consistently. I'm not really sure how consistently I'll be able to get these out. I am new to the whole vlogging, video editing thing, but I'm going to try my best to make them look somewhat polished-ish, not to my own standards, but I'm trying to give myself some grace just because I am so new to this. But thank you all for tuning in. Feel free to comment down below any tips, pointers, or just to say hi, just to show love or whatever. Thank you.